Interesting. Let's play. Hello, everyone. Hopefully that's yeah. Well, be nice if it just did it.
Can you all hear us?
You should be able to hear us. Yeah, there we go.
Hello. Hello, boys and girls. Ladies and gents. To Sit, Talk and Hobby episode. What episode are we on? 110!
110.
Congratulations, everybody. We've done it. So, those who are new, basically, we just sit here, we do a bit of hobby, might have a drink, and we just chat about life in general. So this week, we are going to be looking at the painting entries to our painting challenge. We're going to talk about a couple of topics people have suggested. But yeah, it's all going to be fun stuff. So, Tom, before we get too detailed, what are you working on tonight?
A bit more of my Land Raider. Basically, this one here, this lovely little las cannon one. So I'm trying to get hopefully the video up on Friday. We'll see how that goes. That's my current plan. So just
nice.
Some of the highlighting, and I'm working on the panels and stuff now. So what about yourself?
Well, I'm just doing a bit of washing on the big guy's wings. And then I'm going to be putting some more paint on this little guy here, the like Juggernaut champion guy. Can't think what you're called.
Juggernaut champion guy.
Blood Hunter, maybe? Skull Hunter?
Some of your new
it's like corn, it's one of the two. It's either skulls. No, I've had this for ages. It's a converted guy. Just been sitting in my cupboard. So yeah, I'm working on him. Skull Hunter, Blood Hunter, something blood, something skulls, something like that. I don't know what he's called.
It's corn.
That's what I mean. It's either blood or skulls.
Blood or skulls is a fairly good...
Yes. What's everyone in the chat working on tonight? What hobby are we working on, people? Something good?
No, I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything. Rubric Marines.
Rubric Marines.
Tanks.
Very nice. Tanks.
Just tanks, Dave, or any particular tanks? You know, I mean, there's a lot of tanks in 40k. To be fair, just saying.
Water tanks.
Yes, not even remotely to do with 40k. It's just water tanks. Yeah.
Yeah, just going to be doing some water tanks. What's everyone else working on? Surely you're all doing something. Or you're just sitting here listening to us, chilling out, having a cup of tea maybe, contemplating, looking over Goblin Gaming, like clicking on things, putting them in your basket. Oh, maybe I'll get 2 of these. Maybe I'll get 1.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the affiliate link, actually, before you get too carried away sending people to it.
To Gladiator Lance?
Oh, nice. I was having a little look at it last week, and I couldn't get onto it, but there we go. But it might have just been...
A Goblin Wolf Chariot. Oh, we can talk about that afterwards, Tom. Goblin Wolf Chariot. Oh, nice. Is that the classic one with like the fanatical looking goblin at the front? Because there have been some good renditions over the years for the Orcs and Goblins and Chariots. And a game model. Okay, cool. Nice. Howdy peeps. Been a long time. Hello, Underdog. Good to see you, my friend. Beep, 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 beep. Welcome. Yeah. Nice. So is that Land Raider number 2, Tom, or Land Raider number 3?
2, yeah. Because I've had a little intermediary break with Sisters of Battle as well, so juggling the 2 sets out. So yeah, this is just a little catch-up session. I don't think this is going to take me too long, to be honest, because I have the colour scheme down now, so I'm hoping I should have this done in a couple of days,
easy.
as long as I don't get distracted too much, which has been happening a little bit too much the last couple of weeks, but we will see too much stuff going on at weekends.
Sure you can do it. Sure you can do it, Tom.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've come quite far, Angron. I sent a little whip picture last night in our little private WhatsApp group. So
didn't want to make any comments on it in case
he is getting there. So cheers, mate. Cheers. Always good for the support. But yeah, he's getting there. He's a tough old model to do. There's so much detail.
At least he hasn't got many skulls on him, that's what I would say.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's not at all frustrating to have a model just absolutely covered in skulls. I think on the model himself, there's probably at least a dozen.
I thought you were going to say 1,000 then. For that proportion, that's it.
Oh no, just over. Yes, it's barely anything. It's not too bad at all. What have you been up to, Underdog? 5 months out.
Maybe possibly having a break. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, Orcs has managed to catch the stream live.
Hooray!
Well done.
Hello, Orkster.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Short prison sentence. Jeez. Andy, I'm not going to say anything, but if that's true, you're going to look very awkward in a minute.
They live bird together. They're fine. I think that's currently all the
TikTok and painting. Very well.
Painting, and painting. Okay, cool, nice.
There's TikToking.
That's good stuff. It's been a clock. That's what he's saying. It's been a clock for a little bit.
Someone's got to do it right.
Not TikTok, YouTube.
And a gaming Stuka. Hello, Stuka.
Hey.
Some very old faces turning up this week.
Nice.
So I think some of.
So Tom, how's your hobby week been?
Average.
Yeah. Average hobby
Not
week.
Not as much as I wanted to do. And yeah, just I wanted to get another thing done for the challenge just to do, but I didn't get around to doing that. But yeah, I'm hoping things will settle down a little bit over the next couple of weeks, and I can focus a bit more. Obviously, I think I put a video up about my sisters the other week. So once I finish the Land Raider, I've got to work on something for them next as well. So a bit of alternation, a bit of back and forth.
Yeah, change it up a bit.
Yeah, I've been.
It's always good.
Unfortunately, hobby hasn't been the first priority for me the last couple of weeks because I've been doing some other bits, like my fitness and stuff a little bit. So it's been a bit just trying to balance it and get a routine together. So.
Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. Good idea.
Yeah. It's not easy in your 40s. Yeah, everything hurts. And how about you? Managed to get much done this week other than what you've shown so far with Anguroni?
So yeah, Angron's come a long way. I did the painting challenge, so that was a bit of fun, and kind of did it very last minute. I was like, oh no, I've got to do it. So quickly just painted them. Had a game as well on Friday, so the board's still kind of laid out as the game was. So I played Gavin and his Thousand Sons with my Necrons. So Necrons are quite fun to play. Haven't played them in 10th yet, and I was like, let's give them a go. Let's see what they're all about. And yeah, very very tough. Good survivability. The Thousand Sons have got some cool stuff as well. Actually, did a lot of devastating wounds with their psychic, which is quite nasty.
Okay.
And yeah, it was fun. I mean, Gavin unfortunately had to leave early, so we got 2.5 turns in. But it was a lot of fun to play. It depends on your point of view, Gavin. But my list for Necrons was essentially just taking stuff that I thought I'll give it a go and see what I'll have a squad of them in, chuck a squad of that in, and put one of these in and see what works. And yeah, no, I was quite pleasantly surprised, to be honest.
I've heard they're good.
The Wraiths are a bit. The Wraiths were kind of like probably went against a tough target. Went against Mauler Fiend, couldn't really do much against it. But that's the way it rolls sometimes, isn't it? You kind of put up against something, you're like, well, I either charge you or you charge me. Either way, we're going to end up in combat.
Deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it was a fun, pleasurable game. Always good playing against Gavin. I played Marines versus Orcs. Oh, nice. How are Orcs looking, Andy? Are they as much? Were you playing against Orcs? You guys make it really close. Yeah, I got some tough objectives actually. So Dave, if he's in the chat, he was kind of our independent adjudicator and popping out the missions for us, the objectives, and oh my, were terrible. They were just like, get behind enemy lines. I was like, oh, what am I going to do with that? I can't get anywhere or destroy everything in the middle of the board. It was pretty
card
tough.
Set, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, hello, Inquisitor. So it was a lot of fun. I definitely want to give the Necrons another go. But I'm kind of a bit sidelined with my Chaos because I'm loving Chaos. They're fun to play.
Oh, yes, I've only managed to have the one game so far, so I've learned a little bit from that one, so I'll be adjusting my lists accordingly. And see if I can make something work for my Templars. And just to answer Mr. Stuker's query about a Spartan and Sicarius. Now, I am going to say that I would, if you're actually planning to play with stuff regularly, I wouldn't go near Forge World, personally. Because of the way it sounds like it's going to happen with the rule sets basically being gradually phased out for stuff from Horus Heresy. If you just want it for the cool looking models, absolutely, definitely. No, they're very nice. They're both very nice models. But if you plan on playing anything where you might need some data cards or some points eventually, you may find they disappear over the next year or so. So just be aware of that before you invest heavily in something that you might want to use going down the line. In fact, actually, those particular units I don't think are actually even in the Army Builder app. So.
Oh really?
They're
completely taking them out, have they?
I was having a look at what I could put in it because they've added some of the stuff back in, but they seem to only have the Arestus and the other one that the Officio, the ones they officially supported. But none I couldn't find the Leviathan in there unless they've added it recently, or this afternoon. And a few other units that I would regularly used to use. So just keep an eye on that, guys, before you go rushing out to buy a lot of, I would argue, some of the nice looking models as well. But, that's just the way they're going with it. So just bear that in mind. That's all. So, because I think the data cards they're releasing for the Horus Heresy stuff will be the last lot they released, which is in line with 40k, from what I gather. And they're not, obviously, they're not supported in tournament anyway. they're only there for match play, but that's fine. So if that's what you play, no problem. I suspect most people you play with won't care either.
Yeah, exactly. It depends what you're going to do, Stucker. Just casual games.
Yeah.
Or narrative or something like that.
Only advice.
No one's going to care. Just take what you want to take. But yeah, like Tom said, it's just the lack of support I think people are going to find frustrating.
Yeah, I think first year you're probably absolutely fine, but it does sound like they've made the decision that the next big FAQ or whatever, they won't get updates. So just bear that in mind. I wouldn't want anyone to get burnt by going, I spent hundreds of pounds on these lovely models and I can't use them.
A wee bit frustrating. I mean, of course you can, Tommy. He's in Apocalypse games. But
oh yeah, no.
I mean,
of course, I know we will. But it's just I think when you want to try and play a regular game, and obviously with the pockets, there will come a point when there might not be a data sheet for it, but hopefully not too soon. So it does.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I think it's just. I think at some point you would just have to find the closest rules.
Yeah.
For the particular unit, you could
go with
and use it as that, or just have that as a base. Yeah, a Redemptor. You can add something in, maybe, depending on what unit it is. Really,
exactly. That's the best.
Because I was thinking with the Minotaur for the Traitor Guard, it's that case where you just actually just go Basilisk times 2. Done.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot that's not going to be. That's going to be gone as well, isn't it? Ah, sucky. I love that model.
Yeah.
But this is the times we live in.
That's the way the way the cookie crumbles.
But yeah, so that's basically that really. Now we did have a couple of questions if you want to just dangle our feet into that if you want. We had one from Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor, who wanted to know what our favourite 40k books, not 30k, but 40k specifically, or other favourite post-heresy books are.
Oh, wow.
You have a first choice on that one, Dom?
All right, so Chaos. It would be the Night Lord series.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably my favourite 40k, my Chaos one. Or the Fabius Bile ones, they're pretty good as well, actually. I would say, the Night Lords. The Night Lords get it. The Night Lord series gets it for Chaos. For Imperium, it's a tough one. Although I've just re-downloaded the Eisenhorn trilogy.
I was about to say.
So I just think it's Abnett at its best.
Yeah.
So I would say Eisenhorn is probably on that one.
I would.
And then for Xenos,
completely agree with Eisenhorn as being my favourite 40k book in general.
Yeah. I don't know really for Xenos. There's probably a couple of options out there, but yeah, I think sometimes it's just a good book if you just keep going back to it time and time again. Like just be like, I'll reread this again. Let's see what that's like. There was hang on, I'll try and find it now. Can't think what it's called. Try to bring it a name. So, but I keep picking up. I can.
But never finishing, right?
It's only a small book. It's not like a series. It's just this one-off that I've read quite a few times, and I'm like, yes, let's read it again. Let's keep reading it. Gunheads.
Never heard of it.
There we go. Gunheads. It's a good one. It's basically a tank company. The author's Steve Parker. A tank company on an orc world going to recover the Fortress of Arrogance that's been left there. Yarrick's Baneblade, and it's really cool. It's got some nice bits in it, and it's just nice to see how a tank company works for the guard. So yeah, definitely that one. What about you, Tom?
I mean, I do have a soft spot for Hell's Reach and Rin's World. some slightly older ones. If
Yeah.
I was to pick those up marine wise, I mean, I haven't really read. I mean, yeah, I mean, Gaunt's Ghost novels I've really enjoyed as well. I'm trying to think which one would be my favourite. What was the one where they got stuck on the Chaos World and had to try and infiltrate? I can't remember the name of it now.
Traitor General.
That's the one. Yeah, Traitor General. I really enjoyed that
I think
one.
Traitor General was.
Yeah, no, that was one of my favourite ones. I mean, obviously the earlier ones are pretty good, but that was one of my favourite, more recent ones I've read. But but definitely Space Marine novels wise, I do go back to the Crimson Fists and Templar ones as well, because I just find them, but they're just a good read. They're predictable but good. You know, so yeah, Eisenhorn would be one. If I had to pick one out of all the series, Eisenhorn would definitely be one that I would go back to time and time again, because it's just a good solid story, and it's got a lot of. I mean, it's annoying you can't go back and read it for the first time, because obviously there's a lot of stuff that kind of just you read this and like, oh, I know.
Yeah, that's what I quite like as well. Because I think, especially with the earlier Abnett stuff, I'm not sure about the later stuff, but it's where he's not selling models. Like, he doesn't sell models. He just comes up with his own stuff in his head and goes, I'm going to have some of that. I'm going to have some of this. And it's like just made up. And I'm like, it's brilliant. Like, where, you know, it's especially with the more recent 40k books, they kind of shoehorn in the latest models. And you're like, oh, you don't have to do this. I mean, we're going to buy it anyway.
Yeah, the most recent ones are 100%. They were very much geared towards that Primaris selling aspect, which I thought was a bit, well, didn't need to do that really, did they?
No, it's blatant, and it's just like, oh, it's just, come on, you're better than this. You don't have to do this to us. I mean, I'll buy them now, but
are they better than that? I don't know, Dom. I don't know.
I think the authors should take a bit of responsibility and kind of go, oh, wow, look, these, what they call Desolator Marines. Oh, they've taken a key position. Oh, and now they've been hit by a Chaos Drop Pod. They're all dead. So, you know, put them in and then kill them immediately.
They weren't very good, were they? I wouldn't.
Yeah, they're all dead now.
I wouldn't invest in them.
Yeah. Ooh, dead.
But yeah, okay, well, I think we covered that one, all right. And then Commander
Yeah,
Ben
what about you guys in the chat?
Oh, sorry, yeah. There is a couple of things in there already, actually. Night Lords.
Actually, another Chaos one is the Word Bearer trilogy as well. That's quite good. Unfortunately, I think I only had it on an ebook, and I'd either have the paper copy or Audible. Pull your finger out and record it, and then I can just listen to it all the time.
Yeah, that's the problem with Gaunt's Ghost, actually, because they stopped just after Traitor General, I think, the one after that one. They haven't done any more on there, but I've heard they are apparently recording it. It's just obviously it takes time, so I'll be looking forward to pick that series back up, because I listened to most of that on Audible again. For this, I read some of it when actually I read some of it when I used to live with you, actually, because I think you lent me the books a long time ago.
Yeah, I think I had the big one, didn't I? There was like 4 of them in one.
I'll tell you actually one surprise one, if anyone hasn't, is the Soul Drinkers Omnibus. That's quite good.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
It is good, yes. If you haven't wished, that's about the Soul Drinkers, obviously. But it's one of those ones which has got some very interesting blurred Chaos Imperial lines. So quite an interesting one. And actually the Grey Knight one was not bad either. Which I always forget the name of. They had a Grey Knight omnibus, which I was trying to remember the name, but it focuses around one particular Grey Knight, which was quite good. If I find it, I'll post.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good ones out there, isn't there? But I think another one I've listened to a few times is the Space Marine Conquest Apocalypse.
Oh, I've not heard that one.
And it's really good. I've listened to that probably about 4 times. It's just such an easy one. It's basically got 3 different chapters defending a Imperium sector, and so you got like Imperial Fists, Raven Guard, and White Scars. But obviously the bad guys are Word Bearers.
No,
and it portrays all of them really well. And it's got such good character development in it, and you're like, yes, all the way through. This is who I want to win, and then it just changes. And you're like, oh, okay, right. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. The Carl Jericho books are good. Have you listened to or read any of the 40k crime?
No, I haven't actually.
Crime series?
No.
Listen to a couple of them. Actually, quite good.
Okay.
It's especially if you like Eisenhorn. It's a
Yeah.
nice kind of like in that element. So it's not like Space Marine. There's no Space Marines at all. It's all this cool little series.
Yeah, so just to go through a couple of the chats, just obviously got. I think someone's friend neighborhood because was saying just started the Night Lords one, finished Soul Hunter. Then Andy says Lords of Silence. Yeah, I like Lords of Silence. That was a Mr. French book, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. Speaking of anyone looking to get novels cheap, Humble Bundle have a fair few on there at the moment. Yes, that is. Always check Humble Bundle if you're looking for cheap ebooks and audiobooks because they do some nice offers. The Cal Jericho books are good. Road Trader ones are fun too. I really liked the detective one, and I don't remember his name.
Yeah, no, honestly, they are quite good. So if it's the same one, Jack, yeah, it's very enjoyable. We'll have to talk in Discord and see if it's the same one.
Steve says, do you think people have a problem with me running my Black Templars as Imperial Fist? I wouldn't personally have a problem with that, as long as you're clear at the beginning of the game. That's what you're doing. I mean, to be fair, they built all the Space Marine things to work in that manner anyway, to play kind of what you wanted. I don't see why it would be a big issue. I mean, actually, at the moment, there is no Imperial Fist technically, so not in the law, but rules wise, there is none.
Why would you, Stuka? Why would you run them as Imperial Fists over Black Templars? Because I don't think Imperial Fists have got anything really specific, have they?
They get
they get generic Marines.
They get Lysander. They get Lysander.
Yeah, Lysander, and they've got a lieutenant. Yeah, they've got another guy, haven't they?
I'll look it up quickly. In a minute. I'll bring
Captain Crewcut.
Captain Crewcut. Oh yes, Tor. What's his face? I was going to say Tor Gadden, but that's not quite.
He's back.
But I think it's something like Tor Garadon or something. Something like that.
No, you're right.
Yeah, they are Tor Garadon. Yeah, that's the one. There you go. Dave just saved me. But yeah, other than that, I don't think you get much. I suppose benefit.
Not at the moment. Obviously, when the Codex comes out, they'll be cool. But at the moment, I'd run Black Templars over.
Oh, there he goes. I thought that might happen. I think he was having trouble with his stream anyway because it was going very blurry. Yeah, I thought you were about to go.
That was weird.
You were going very blurry, to be fair, mate. I suspected you were about to drop off.
I'm back, baby. Yeah, Discord just literally just went bye. What? What's going on?
Your picture's cleared up now, at least. So
that's good.
Double whammy.
Yeah, there you go. Everyone's happy now. So, what was the next question, Tom?
So the next one was from Commander Ben. What have you found is the best way to strip paint off plastic models? Well, I can definitely answer that question.
I have used Dettol. That is by experience from stripping plastic. I try not to anyway, a lot of times. If I'm going on eBay, there you go, Tom's brought a specific thing.
BioStrip 20.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Dom's method probably works just as well, but that works. I think that particular method there works if you've got quite a stubborn amount of paint on. Because you can just soak it for about an hour, 2 hours, and it literally just under the tap with a toothbrush and you're done. So
yeah,
I would highly recommend BioStrip 20 for that, and it's not toxic.
Win-win.
So there we go. Not much else to say about that, really. It's fairly
Yeah, I mean, there are other ways of doing it. Depends if you've got something lying around the house already and you don't want to spend any money.
Exactly.
Or also, you don't want to strip plastic. Just, I don't know. It's up to you, really.
Yeah.
I always found it a bit of a tedious task.
It is tedious, yeah. But sometimes
Metal, fine, not a
Yeah.
problem. Plastics, just
if it was on older models, I probably wouldn't have bothered. But because it was my newer System Battle range, I couldn't really not do that for what I was doing because it was going to get a bit thick.
bit goopy.
So yeah, fairly simple. But yeah, that's our 2 suggestions there, I think.
I've got a question actually for the people in the chat.
Oh.
Guys and girls, what are you all gonna do with your 9th edition cards? Because let's face it, we've all probably got a lot of them lying around, and I'm just curious: are people just going to keep them, or are they going to bin them, or are they going to sell them, or find some creative use for them?
See, this is one of my little. Yeah, it's an interesting subject, this, because it's something I've been dealing with recently. I think I spoke to you a few weeks back about all of the 8th books I had and all the 9th books I've now got. I'm just like, they're sitting on a shelf. I don't really read them because I've gone through most of it already. I don't know. I think that part of everyone. It's like when you spent money on something, it's quite difficult just to go, okay, I'll just bin that, or I will get rid of it, or whatever. It
is a tough one, isn't it? I mean, the books. I don't mind keeping the books because it's quite nice to go back through them occasionally and have a little look. I mean, they're not as full of lore and narratives they ever used to be. They're very much just like data sheet, which is a bit of a shame. But the cards, I'm like, what do you do with the cards?
See,
yeah. One day we're going to go, fancy game, but 8th edition or 7th edition. You got all the cards? Yeah, let's give it a go.
See, if there was any edition I'd like to go back and just play for the experience, it wouldn't be 8th or 9th now. It would probably be going back to 7th because it is very different to what you're playing now. But 8th and 9th are so, I suppose, similar in ways that you'd just play 9th. You wouldn't bother going all the way back to 8th. But even then, it's like, why? Yeah, it's. I think when you try and learn too many rule sets and go back to them, it just gets very confusing. So, I don't know. I think I'd rather.
But the thing is, I think, and I think we could probably do this with 10th in the future. When they release the rules and they give you the index, everyone has the same level playing field that you can literally just pick up that index, pick up the rule book and just play. You don't have to get the codex that's been released on the day and then the other codex that's released in a year's time. And that's not going to be level. But with the index, hopefully everything's level.
Well, I mean, you say that, yeah. I mean, I think at the moment there's definitely a few bones of contention on that one at the moment, but
well, yeah, I don't know.
I haven't played enough of it to make a judgment, to be fair. So, but yeah, there's enough information out there for anyone who wants to go and look it up. But yeah, it's fairer than it would have been after a year of development on something. Then it would be going from having everyone on the same playing field. So,
well, I think I've played 4 or 5 games of 10th now, and I've got no negative thing to say about it, really. To be honest, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. A lot more than 9th.
Good.
But then 9th at the end, I did that team tournament at the end. Wasn't that bad. It was a bit convoluted and a bit heavy in places. But when they finally gave people free upgrades, you're like, yeah, whatever. Just make the most of it. Is anyone else enjoying 10th? Have you actually played any games of 10th yet? Same as enjoying the end of 9th or enjoying 10th so far?
I suspect he means 10th.
Maybe. You don't know. Yeah, 10th is fun anyway. And I really like the app.
The app's a lot better. I 100% agree with that.
I can't read that. I'm guessing Neighborhood because you haven't played.
He said he hasn't played it yet. Yeah.
No. Still building up my box set. Nice. And they released some more starter sets for that, didn't they? Recently.
Have. I mean, it's the same models, but it's been split into different tiers. So you can kind of get that one, the starter set, which I think comes with a few models, paints, and the basic, the rule kits, I suppose, for it. And then they have that medium box, which is a little bit more without the paints. And then I think they got the ultimate one, which is, I think it's very similar to what they did the other one, where they have one of them's got kind of the terrain, one of them's got one hasn't got the terrain, but has model, that kind of thing. So,
yeah, that was quite good with the old edition because it's good value for money, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yes, they were not bad. I would almost have preferred that they'd gone straight to those instead of doing the big, the big ultimate box set, because I imagine there might be a few people out there that might feel that they were better suited to one of those other boxes. But hey ho, that's their marketing strategy, so we'll leave them with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It must work on some level because a lot of people bought it.
Yeah, I know it's a good way of doing it though, isn't it? Really. So Biostrip or Dettol. That's all we've used so far, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. Lava. You can use lava.
Don't do that if you want your models. Just don't have to listen to everything Dom says.
Was there any more questions in there?
One more.
One more
Andy,
question.
which is Andy F. saying, asking. Let me just make sure I say this correct because it was So Eldar Fate Dice, good or bad mechanic? Having not played against them, but I have heard a fair few things about this particular mechanic. A lot of people are saying it's very powerful, which is quite ironic because when it first came out, a lot of people were saying the complete opposite. Actually, some people I know as well are saying that we only get these reroll dice. So it sounds very much like Miracle Dice. At the end of the day, armies have got to have mechanics to be different. So I mean, and I think again they were probably suffering from the not playing testing it enough problem, I suspect. And I will willing to bet it will be balanced fairly quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't played against Elder and 10th, and it is what it is sometimes, really, isn't it? It's still early days.
The mechanic they've got, that's what you got to deal with.
Change the points. There you go. If it's a problem, change the points. Don't change the data sheets. Leave the data sheets to the rules. Just change the points.
You know they're not going to do that.
Done. That's easy. You don't have to reprint anything. You don't have to re-download anything. You just up the points.
Just be glad that we didn't buy them the index cards yet, Dom. Just be glad.
Yes. I don't think you really need to. When I played my game against Gavin, I was just using the app. Yeah. It's so easy. So easy to use that app.
At the moment, because the more I checked, I was like, actually, this is fine because you can view all the data entries you need on there absolutely fine. I mean, obviously, it will depend on what they do with regards to obviously will the existing subscription thing work the same way? Because obviously at the moment, I think there's a little banner that pops up saying that they are free at the moment.
Yeah,
which will obviously mean that they will be putting them up behind a paywall, and hopefully that will be the same paywall as if you subscribe to Thingamajiggy. Warhammer Plus, that you'll get them as well.
Yep.
I hope.
I think that's going to be the obvious way of doing it. Is the easiest, most straightforward way.
I will confess that if they did split it in any way, like they said that you don't get this, or I would probably cancel the Warhammer Plus TV section and just keep the app because I feel I'd get more value out of the army building app than I would out of the TV stuff at the moment, personally. I don't know how you feel. What's your feeling on the current state of the TV stuff?
I still watch it. So I'll just happily flick onto it and see what's going on. I watched a couple of battle reports on there. Obviously, they've got that new AOS series on there.
Yes,
I watched the first one on that. It was quite enjoyable, but you just got to sit there and watch all of them. So I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's the best in the world.
No,
far from it. But there is some good stuff, and I think, if you had to pick app, or Warhammer TV, you'd pick the app because you can use it more often. However, I'm not saying the TV stuff's
So
rubbish.
here's another little
If
thing.
I had to pick.
So another thing that I think may happen. I don't know if anyone has bought the index. Actually, the indexes they are coming out this weekend, aren't they? Is that right?
They're already out, I think, haven't
I
they?
thought they were pre-order last week, weren't they? Or
I don't know.
Remember.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I was just saying that I wonder if the reason why the app is currently free is because they'll have codes on the index boxes.
I don't know. They'll definitely have code things on the codex, won't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, 100%. It's more whether they've decided that they would make it so that you can only access it if you've bought the index set, which would be a bit cheeky, but because they've made them free to download, they could argue that they are free technically. So.
Yeah, who knows? I'll tell you what I do love about 10th edition so far is that all the units have their unique rules.
Yes.
It's just like, oh, I wonder what unique rule this one has, and you're like, oh, go and have a quick little look and see what that's all about. So I think it's although it's simplified in a lot of ways, there's so many little nuances that you're going to be picking up in your army list, which I think will be quite fun.
Yeah, no, I think there's enough. There's enough still variation that makes it absolutely fine. I don't see that being a problem. But the fact you can sort of do that, can't you? You can't really see it because it's a bit too bright. But there's your and you have all your stats down there and stuff. So it makes it a bit easier to read rather than having to sort of trawl through books. Because if I'm telling you, I honestly think Codex books should be kind of maybe reviewed as not the main way of getting your army rules now. I think we're at that stage whether they do the card set separately and you have a lore book for your because we're talking about obviously the cost of the codexes obviously, and how you're saying that not a lot of lore in it and that kind of thing as in comparison. So they could almost take the easy road and actually have the lore as a separate book and have the codex card / mini rule book for the actual rules and have them slightly cheaper.
I think you're going the right course, because you kind of think you could compare it a little bit to digital music. There used to be CDs who came out. CDs are a bit more of an inconvenience, so people just downloaded music, but you can still get your album and it could be more of a collector's piece. It's a lot more artwork with that. So I think, the way codexes should go are that you get it, and it's got so many talented artists. Yeah. So many and talented writers. They could just make it just like, lore.
Flavor book.
Yeah, loads of stuff in it to inspire hobby, which is, I think, such a key part of it, that you can put inspiration into a book and go, there you go, enjoy.
That's actually a valid reason for having a book and keeping it.
Because exactly that, because we're keeping it because they've got all this cool stuff in there.
Whereas if you've got a book which is 80% rules, which become useless the moment an edition comes out, everyone's natural instinct is like, well, should I keep this or get rid of it? Yeah. And it's a shame because it's not like, it's not like it's not a waste, because I do view it as a waste if you throw them away personally, but at the same time, as long as you recycle them or give them out to someone who can actually take use of them, that's fine. But I do feel that when I look at what I've got, and I can even look at your in the background there, Dom, on your cabinet, you can see there's a whole 2 rows of stuff there, which I'm going to guess the majority of it is not something that you would use day to day. No. So
no, not at all.
Yeah.
No, I mean most of that, well, the whole centre one there, obviously I can't use anymore.
No.
Got Kill Team on the right and some other bits there, so I can still use that. And then I've got things like Rogue Trader on the left. So
you can see
90% of that, the rules aren't applicable for anything.
Just over my shoulder here, that bottom row there, that is from the previous 2 editions. That's some 7th at the bottom there, and 8th, and now will be soon 9th. So I think that's kind of where I would. Yeah, I just feel I think this is now the digital age where actually this kind of stuff works really well. If you on a phone or a tablet, you can do some pretty good work now, and I don't see why you shouldn't do that and then have the books for stuff that you might actually genuinely want to buy and keep for, Yeah. Anyway, we should probably go on to the challenge.
Huzzah! Let's do the challenge. Painting challenge.
Now, you're going to have a slight oddness with the stream here, but apologies because it seems to cut out when I don't focus my Discord for some reason. So, right. Well, we're going to go with yours and mine first anyway.
Hooray!
Just to get them,
I haven't seen a picture of your one yet.
Yeah, I've had to attach something bigger to make it a little bit...
a base for your
I have done
model.
I've done a base for my hunter killer. So here's mine anyway. And,
hang on, should we just go over the challenge first?
Oh, sorry, yes, good point. Sorry. So the challenge at the beginning of last month was to paint up something that you wouldn't normally spend, I suppose, an awful lot of time on. So it's like a little, I don't know, the underdog style thing, like a hunter killer, a cherub, supporting character kind of thing, something that you wouldn't normally prioritize painting. And yeah, for mine, I had a few options. I didn't want to do a cherub. So I decided to do I was going to do 2 hunter killers, but I ended up doing 1, partially because the second one I've got is actually slightly broken. I just realised, so I need to have I need to find a part of that. But anyway, I've done a hunter killer. It wasn't my most productive mode, but I was painting other stuff, so that's just my only defence is that. Okay, not as productive as Dom was with his one. Let's put it that way. So yeah, here we go. Here is my boom, voila.
And it's not the smoke launcher, is it, Tom?
No, it is the one with the blue motif on it there. The hunter killer with the blue-white shading on it and the red hunter killer on the top. So,
shall I tell you what I like about this?
Go on then.
The blue.
I like the blue as well. Yeah.
Yeah, just it's nice. I think the blue's a nice change of things. So you could have gone either way with like maybe a white or a metallic with the red, but you've gone with a blue.
No,
I like it.
I think actually when I was doing it, I was doing the old colourway. I thought, oh, blue and red goes quite nice. And I thought, actually, you know, if I did a lot of it's actually inspired me to maybe add more blue accents to this particular army in different places, not big parts, but the little bits, because I think it pulls away from that standard red. So yeah, that was kind of my thinking that. And I have a second one.
You're going to have a picture of it. Oh no, you're working on one.
Oh no, I've got this is the other one I'm working on, which is unfortunately, as you can see if we look at it front on, for some reason the side mechanism seems to have disappeared, and it looks like it's broken, which is a bit weird because I don't know how, because I didn't even attach it to the model, so I'm very confused.
Oh,
so because I purposely left them off to paint them separately. Anyway, let's have a look.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Well done, Tom. Everybody, ready? Clap, 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 clap.
I don't feel like I deserve an applause for that.
Well done. You paint. No one else has painted a hunter killer missile, so well done, Tom.
Thank you. Now for yours, Dom. By the way, we are not considered for winning this challenge. Just to be clear, mainly because I definitely wouldn't win it. Dom might, in my opinion, if he was in the challenge, but we don't typically enter ourselves into our own challenges because that's just weird.
Yeah, fixed. Yeah, next one's Primarchs.
No, I did just pick the one I thought was the best picture of yours, Dom. I hope that's all right. So
yeah.
So,
I mean, I found it quite hard to take a picture.
Yes, they were. I could see you were.
They're so tiny. It took me so many attempts.
But I thought this one was a nice selection, a shot of them all.
Yeah, my little babies.
And they came out creepy as hell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There is something about them.
Absolutely, they are creepy as anything.
They make my skin crawl a little bit, and I know that's a weird thing to say, but it's just one model is just like, I mean, look at them, look at the little faces.
Yeah,
look at the little faces. Look at the little faces.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't paint the first time round when I was doing the Battle Sisters because they are quite creepy models, and I thought the whole idea of this challenge is to paint those models that you don't normally paint because you just go, I'm using the cherub, or I'm using the spell familiar, or I'm using that, because you just say it. You don't have to have the model. And so I was like, I'm not doing it. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed doing it. I like doing the wings. The wings are quite enjoyable.
To be fair, I love the Battle Sisters wings in general. All of anything in their collection. The wings are all they're so nicely crafted, and they just look cool. When you don't have to put an awful lot of effort into them either, in my opinion. They just have to have a good wash, a bit of a dry brush, and some highlighting. They
look quite cool.
Yeah.
And then with the so normally if you look at them, they've got like parchments coming down, and I started doing them like a parchmenty colour, and then I was thinking, Yeah, I'm going to do them green because the green is like the cloaks and the hoods that I've got on the battle sisters already.
Ones, yeah.
Kind of match them in. I was like, I'm just going to do them green. A couple I have left as parchments because I had a parchment and another one coming down. So I went, that one's green, and that's going to be a proper parchment. But yeah, they're cool. I don't know how long they'll last if I ever take them to a battle. Like hacking them into little things. I'm like, snap.
Just as an example, actually, I can show you. With my one, because obviously, don't know if you can see the ones on the edge of my.
These
are both snapped off already, twice.
Yeah.
So I actually ended up gluing them closer to the actual chassis because one of them was a bit like wavy up here, and the other one was. So
asking for trouble,
isn't
it?
It's not worth it. They just come full time unless you want to spend a fortune on some. But anyway, Dom, well done. Very impressed. I like the fact you've done 5, so congratulations. So clap for Dom.
Round of applause.
Okay.
Round of applause.
So now we come on to the actual entries for the challenge, of which we have 3. There are 3. Here is number 1, and this is from Aaron. Oh, Christ, that's a huge photo. Sorry, 1 second.
Aaron does like taking big pictures.
Yeah. I don't know if Aaron's in chat. I don't think I've seen him, sadly. But we've got some. I've seen these are grots in some interesting situations with some interesting paraphernalia. Looks like from pirate grots. So,
yeah, like freebooter grots.
Yeah, which is very cool. I think that's one you don't want to get from orcs is some freebooters actually. I don't know. I've always liked.
They're cool, aren't they?
Like the idea of them, but I never quite. Well, I think when I went to buy them, I looked at the price. Jesus.
Things like high sea robbery to me.
yeah, exactly. No, I have always liked the idea of pirate themed orcs. Actually, I think that's quite a cool idea because they have that kind of looting and shooting kind of aspect. So, but these guys have come out very nice. I really like the bases on these guys actually as well. There's something about it's got a real nice color on it.
That's pigments kind of going on.
I was trying to describe it. It's almost like it's got lighting on it, even though I know they don't. It's got that kind of warm glow from the base of them, which is cool. So yeah, that was Aaron.
Yeah. I mean, the thing of like the thing of these entries that we get, like there tends to be the same few people that enter consistently, and you know, this is a good thing because with like, for instance, you've got Orkster as well, Jack and Aaron especially, where you get to see their style and you get to see like seeing these grots. 100% can see them fitting into his orc army
100%.
Because I'm like, yeah, the aesthetics are there, the bright colours are there, and so I really like them. I think Aaron's done a great job on those ones.
So well done.
Well done, Aaron.
Aaron.
Clap, 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 clap. Well done, Aaron. Clap, 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 clap.
And
clap, clap.
Our next one. Boom. I picked one of Orcs' entries. Pictures. That is. One with the full gang in it.
Nice. Yeah. The Blood Bowl cheerleading band thing.
Yeah.
I'm really up for my Blood Bowl. Clearly know what
you're definitely going to be a commentator for it next season.
Am I right? By the way, Orkster, is it undead cheerleader band thing?
With the manager. He's looking quite slick with his purple suit on there.
Yep.
Yeah, these guys. I think I love the contrast of the purple and yellow on these models as well. There's just something very. It's a colour you don't see a lot. And it. I think they came out very well, and the basing is very nice as well. Got that really nice cracked sand. Because sometimes that's quite hard to replicate, getting those lines in there as well if you don't get it to dry properly. They are Tomb Kings band / cheerleaders. I don't know who the cheerleaders are in there, but you know,
one or the other. Yeah, I mean that's such cool models. I know Orcs have sent a few more pictures, and yeah, they're really cool. So I think exactly what we were asking for from this, that it's just those models that you wouldn't normally pay any attention to. On a similar note, to this challenge. I was reading a White Dwarf, and they had, is it Wade from Warhammer TV? He's a big fan of Flesh Tearers, and he had his Flesh Tearer army out, and he had basically each character had a couple of servitors with them, or like chapter serfs, and they acted as wound counters. And I was like, that's such a cool idea to convert all yeah, and I was like, that's when you know you've got a proper hobby and that you love it. Is that when you've got those extra models that you don't need for any purpose.
No.
And you're like, just chuck them in because it's going to add to it. And yeah, awesome stuff. But Orcstar, great stuff.
Indeed.
Good job.
Well done. And he still says he's got the cheerleaders on the desk. Eh? Designated bullet catchers. And then we have our final one, which is another. Oh, Christ, that's even bigger. Oh, my God. Matt, what are you doing to us? It's going to cover the entire screen, Dom. Enjoy.
I don't know if Matt's in the chat tonight. I haven't seen him.
I didn't see him on there, but what we can still talk about his. He did some of the Tau drones, and I think they're the missile drones, aren't they? The ones on the ground, I think, if I remember correctly. And no, he is hit. He's not there, but he is there. He's there, but not there. You can tell by the chat he sent.
Yeah. The man of mystery.
The man of mystery who has done another exceptionally clean paint job on some very small models.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, exactly. I think, like we're just saying a minute ago, like you get to see these models that people are constantly painting and producing, and it's the same style, which is amazing because you can just picture it in their army. I'd quite like to see if any of the guys who are constantly adding stuff and doing these painting challenges just pile up all those models that they've accumulated from doing these challenges and just show us how much they've done. Because I think for some of the guys there, they've done loads. So I'd quite like to see that on our Discord and see what they can show us.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely do a collage, but it wouldn't probably give the same effect because I've got mostly saved. But actually, to be honest, I've got almost all of them saved from the previous couple of years, really, which is cool. And I have gone. I think we did a release one year where we put all of them in a collage for Instagram. I think at one point. Well, I think it was all the winners. I think we did in the end because I think there was too many otherwise. But yeah, very cool. So really nice work, Matt. So congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Clap, 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 clap.
Okay.
Well done, everybody.
So we do have a winner.
We do. Do you want to show the winner? Dun, 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 dun. I mean, they're all winners, Tom.
Oh, of course they are. But
a particular
this is one we chose for this week. So congratulations to Orcstar.
Hooray!
So well done. Also,
well done, Orcstar. Awesome stuff.
And it was, I think this was one of the reasons we picked this because it's something very out of left field, and it was a very cool little mob of stuff that we hadn't really seen before, and it came out really well.
Yeah.
So, well
done. And there's a lot of models there, so you've done a good job for your little cheerleading manager and entourage, bus driver. Yes. So well done. And I think it's time for another clappy clap clap clap. So well done. Well done. Good stuff. Clap 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 clap. Woohoo.
Okay. Now I don't know if you've got an idea for that challenge. I had a semi idea.
Go for your semi idea if you want.
It's a bit about left field, as mine normally are. So
go on.
Everyone has. Including myself, and I know you do as well, Dom. There's probably an army that you paint very regularly, and you have a set of colours you're very used to, very efficient with, you understand, all this kind of stuff. So, what I'm going to say me at the moment, because Dom has had no part in this so far, so it's just going to come in from me, is to, first of all, take a picture of some of the last models you painted that you do regularly. So from a regular army. So like Matt, you've got as an example, you've got your Tau with the grey, the red, all this kind of stuff. You take a picture of that. I then want you to potentially, it doesn't have to be the same army because that would be a bit unfair, but another model, but take colours so opposite to the spectrum that you're using and apply that to another model. It can be one model, it can be two models. Does this make sense? Something out of your comfort zone.
Okay, so you're talking about, like, for instance, use Matt as an example.
He uses grey and
he uses his greys and his palette that we've just seen a minute ago for his entry. That he gets other tau models or a tau model and paints it the opposite than he normally does.
You can even get a colour chart if you want and find the opposing colour to grey.
Yep.
And use
but
that
a complete different thing. So not just moving it to like an off-white.
No, not an off-white. It's about kind of
like taking, a bright
taking
blue.
something that you wouldn't normally do, something very different to what you're very comfortable with, and just having a go at something very different. And I promise you, I will add something to this myself. And Dom's going to pick the colours for me.
Is it a blue hunter killer missile?
No, you get to choose the colours for me.
Okay. Yeah, I will do. I will pick the colours for you and the model.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
You don't know what models I've got.
I can guess, Tom. I know you got the old Black Templar box hiding around there somewhere. Yeah.
I'm not ruining any models. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, a battle tank back there.
They've got a colour scheme. This is going to be something different.
Yes, they have, Tom. I just haven't told you what it is yet.
I'll better pick something for you, didn't I? That Warhammer Titan's looking quite good.
Templars make white scar. Whoa. No, Tom. That Warhound has got things. It's got a future ahead of it, and it's not being repainted.
You can't sell it.
No, Tom, I'm not selling it. I've got a 2-day tournament coming up soon.
Is that what you're taking with it, is it? Oh.
Yeah, baby.
Is that the list you want me to play?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm taking a Titan to a tournament. I never thought I'd say that, but I was chatting to a little, in a Facebook group I'm in, and I was thinking, actually, why not? It's 1,100 points now. It's like 2,500 points.
Oh God!
I'm going to take a Titan. I'm going to become the UK's best Titan player. Just taking one event.
Please tell me you're at least taking knights.
Oh yeah, so I am. Well, because in 10th edition you've got to have allied detachments of 500 points. So Titan is number one.
Okay.
He's a key unit. So the army is Titans. It's not Chaos Space Marines. It's not Knights. It's Titans.
Gotcha.
So the Titan is the main unit. Then I'm taking 3 War Dogs with the autocannons. And then I am taking
I see. Okay.
3 squads of Blood Crushers with this guy leading them.
Okay. You want me to play
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun list. I don't know how it's going to do, but I don't care.
I will just bring...
I want to play my Titan in a normal game.
I'm not going to bring my Titan in response, so I won't do that. I'm going to bring something... I'll just do a Templar list, but with some...
Yeah, just bring something that you think is a strong list.
That's basically what I was planning on doing, yeah. I wasn't going to go with a weak one.
Neophytes everywhere.
Thanks, Dom. Thanks for the advice.
A drop pod. But yeah.
Going back to the challenge anyway, I will write that up into Discord once the stream finishes, so everyone's got a clear idea of my rambling head of that one. And you'll have a month to do that. So let me just check the time frame on that actually, because it is, so we're in July. So it's actually going to be August 1st will be the hand-in date.
For your homework, boys and girls.
Yes. And I will also do this, and so is Tom. Doesn't know it yet, but he's doing it. Something not red. I think yellow's a nice colour for you, Dom.
I don't have any yellows.
Oh, I can get you some yellow, don't worry, I've got plenty.
Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah,
One yellow. I'll bring some round for you when I come over to play.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Tom.
I'll put the challenge up in a slightly more scripted sense as to what we're looking for. So don't be intimidated by it. Oh, they're Orcs, so an orange model instead of my Ultramarines. There you go. You see, you got the gist.
Yeah. He's got it. He's going in.
Oh,
Jumping in both feet.
I did my orange knight. Ugh.
I like that, Tom. No, you don't. But I quite liked it.
Like that. You're a liar.
No, I did.
You liked my orange knight. Jesus.
Yeah. I liked it. It was cool.
Oh,
you don't see orange knights. I think it.
I know what you say, but yeah, I don't think I did it very good. I don't think I did it very well. I'd have if I had to do something like that again, I'd have to have a proper pop it in and actually learn to shade orange properly. No, yes, yeah. I'm trying to think of my worst painted models, actually, the ones that I've done and really regretted. I know there's been a few. So if I'm picking up on keys here, the challenge is to paint something outside of your comfort zone. I think that's probably it, but we're specifically talking colours here for any neighbourhood grid. So not necessarily a model you haven't done before, but the colour wise, I mean, like I said, I do Black Templars, so someone used an example there, I do lots of black, white and red on that. I would have to pick some stuff on the opposite side of that, so it would become much more, I suppose, garish in colour. Like a yellow or a I don't know, yellow, orange, green, something like that. Something very opposite to that end of that colour spectrum.
I think you should paint it a moot green.
A moot green. I actually do have greens because obviously I have lots of orcs.
Have you got moot green?
I do have moot green. I'm pretty sure knocking about. I'll have a look in a minute.
Moot green, Tom.
All right. I don't know what
and I'll paint a chaos. I'm going to paint a chaos space marine.
Oh.
So you pick what colour you think I should paint my chaos space marine.
I'm trying to think of something that. So you're very red based and very copper based. Red, copper, and silver. So we've got to get away from that.
Got to get you away from those. Got to get you away from your comfort zone.
Yeah, you got to get.
Somewhere you don't like to be.
I'm thinking something.
Maybe the guys in the chat can help. Guys, what colour? Have you got it in mind?
I think maybe a blue or purple.
A blue or purple? I've got some purples.
Do you want to try a purple?
I've got some blues. Yeah, I could do a blue and purple.
Predominantly purple. Predominantly purple.
Okay.
Let's try that. I know that's a bit. That's a bit.
I've got a couple of nice purples. I've got I've got 2 purples. I've got a few blues. Yeah, all right, purple and blue.
And I'll do green and moot green and something yellow.
Oh, I'll pick your other colour. Okay, moot green and.
Oh God, please don't.
Oh, I like this one.
No.
Squig orange.
I can do orange, but maybe not squig orange. But I do have some oranges, so that's fine as long as you're happy with an orange.
Yep.
I've definitely got some
moot green and a nice orange colour, Tom.
I've got a war boss green. I've definitely got some moot green somewhere. It's probably in the other room. I'll find something and I'll double check it with you. Oh God, I've got Calibite green as well. Jesus. But yeah,
Mr. Blue, my guy will be Alpha Legion. He's just in super disguise as a purple blue
Empress
marine
champion.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Empress champion. Empress champion and Empress children.
Empress children.
They're quite cool. I have actually got some spare Space Marines. I will bring one up.
I think I've got something I can use. I'll have a look around. I've got some models knocking about. Yeah, there we go, guys. I hope that's a bit of fun. So 1st of August, please have a go, even if you're not that. Especially some of our people that don't usually do it.
Yeah.
Those lurkers.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Those lurkers in the chat who sit there week after
week,
not painting a single model for our challenges.
Yeah. Because there's probably a few of you actually that have never entered anything to a painting challenge. Yeah. Because, on average, we're probably... How many painting challenges do you think we've handed out? There's 110 episodes.
Well, I think we had one year where we did the parade board, which was last year, so we didn't do any last year. But other than that, I think we were averaging at least one a month. Yeah. I think we did try some bi-weekly ones at one point as well. I have them all saved.
I reckon we've probably done about 20 to 30 at the most.
Yeah, no, honestly...
And some people have never entered any. So you know who you are.
I mean, this year, obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've done 8 this year so far.
Mr. Blue, you've definitely got to enter one in. It's either got to be a Goblin or an Alpha Legion. You got to paint the opposite.
No, because I did. I think I actually shared to everybody the.
Maybe a Goblin as an Alpha Legion.
Oh no, we've done more than 30.
Mm.
We did 24 in 2021, 3 in 2020, and obviously so far we've done another. We've done 7 so far now, so we're almost up to the 40s.
Nice.
So not bad. So just
Cool.
make sure you have a go.
All of you. But you in particular. We know. We know you think you're not going to do it, but we know. It's been noted. But Tom, I think on that note, I think we've done a very good streamage tonight.
I think we're good. Yeah. Also, before I'm just going to put another Discord link in before we finish, because just in case anyone's watching and is intrigued by joining the challenge or hasn't joined our Discord yet, please use that link there. It'll drop you in. I'll add you as a member when I see it shortly, or over the next couple of days, whenever I see it. One of us will sort you out. And we will get you in, and you can read the challenge, and you can get involved. There you go.
All good stuff. Very nice, happy community. Make sure you join up. Very supportive people. Yeah, cool stuff, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching. Have a think about what you're going to do for your painting challenges, and we'll see you all very soon.
Indeed.
So, I've been Dom, and this chap next to me has been...
I think I'm Tom still. I checked. Yeah.
And we are Black Toad Studios.
Indeed. We'll see you soon.
Take care.